Hi, my name is Misty Durham. I help organizations remove frustrations that slow work down. As an AI workplace transformation consultant, I partner with teams to redesign how people, processes, and AI tools work together. So collaboration gets faster, decisions get clearer, and work finally feels like it's working. I would consider this my dream job. And this role was planned, but many throughout my career were not. I speak from experience when I tell you there is a very real cost to letting your career happen to you instead of shaping it on purpose. Now, let's be honest for a second. The real dream job is to be independently wealthy and travel the world. If that's on the table, sign me up. But for most of us, that's not the reality. We have to work. And we will spend around 90,000 hours, that's 10 years of our waking lives, at work. So if we're going to spend that much time doing something, shouldn't the work not suck? Shouldn't it feel aligned, energizing, maybe even meaningful? The problem is most people don't design their careers. They just end up in them. They drift, they react, they take the job that shows up instead of the job that lights them up. And that's how you wake up one day realizing you've spent years of your life in the wrong place. So today isn't about chasing some fantasy, it's about defining the version of work that feels like your life, your strength, values, your genius, your story, your dream job. Most people will spend more time planning a vacation than planning the career they actually want. And you know it's true. Think about the last time you sat down and intentionally mapped out your next role, what it is, why you want it, how you're going to get there. Most of us don't. We react. A promotion pops up, a reorg happens, a recruiter slides into your DMs and says, hey, you've got the skills that match this job description. And suddenly you're on a path you didn't choose. Careers built on autopilot. But that next vacation, oh, we plan that. We go down the AI rabbit hole, binge the travel podcast, check the excursions 12 different times, watch the TikToks, maybe even you color code your itinerary. Hours of intentional planning. And then we will excitedly tell anyone who asks, or doesn't, every detail about the vacation we've envisioned. But if you ask us to define our dream job, we suddenly don't quite have an answer. We're a little bit vague. I know at one point my answer was a job that pays the bills and doesn't make me hate life. When you finally get specific about what you want, something shifts. Clarity creates momentum. You stop wandering, you stop saying yes to roles that just pay the bills, you stop letting the path in front of you replace the path that is meant for you. We all know that time is valuable, but every year that you spend in the wrong lane is a year you don't get back. So ask yourself, are you intentionally building toward your dream job or away from it? When you define the dream job early, you start compounding your time in the right direction, and that changes everything. You begin to attract what you articulate. Specificity is magnetic. It pulls the right people, the right mentors, the right opportunities towards you. But vague aspirations, they make you invisible. And there is a huge cost. Specificity is our superpower, and the data backs this up. 80% of people are disengaged at work, not because they're lazy, but because they're misaligned. Career research shows people stay in roles that don't fit them for 10 years or more, held in place by psychological and financial barriers. That is 10 years of Sundays spent dreading Monday morning. And misalignment isn't just exhausting, it's very expensive. People, including myself, lose 15 to 30% of potential earnings over a decade simply by staying in the wrong lane. Add that up and it's over $1 million left on the table at jobs you didn't even like. Defining your dream job early isn't a luxury, it's a protection. It keeps you from drifting, from settling, from waking up 10 years into a career that you never actually wanted. Knowing what you want doesn't just shape your path, it shapes your future. I once had a mentor ask me if I wanted to focus on areas of opportunity where I needed to get better or lean into my strengths. I chose to lean into my strengths. I want to spend my days doing the thing I'm great at. It's easier and it's just more fun. But if you're not sure what you're great at, how do you figure it out? Well, first you have to identify your zone of genius. It's the work that feels effortless to you, but it always impresses other people. They think it's extraordinary. Then you listen to the repeating patterns. What problems do people always bring to you? That's a signal. Next, do an energy audit. As you go through your day, what are the tasks that you dread and they are draining? And what are the tasks that you actually kind of enjoy doing and you would like to do more of that and less of the things that drain you? Go where the energy is. And last, you want to get those outside mirrors. Ask 5 people that you trust in your sphere, whether that's your colleagues, your friends, your teachers, if you're early in your career, anyone who you trust to give you honest feedback. Ask them what your superpower is. You're probably going to find a pattern there. That is what you want to listen to. So once you understand what your zone of genius is, please communicate it, and do that communication in a very specific way that is going to unlock doors for you. We don't want generic pitches. I can say, let me know if you hear of anything in operations, but that's super vague. I want a value-led story. Like, I'm known for turning ambiguous operational problems into clear action plans teams will actually follow. If you hear of someone who needs something like that, please reach out to me. I said it in my intro, but a generic pitch for what I do would be I help companies adopt AI tools and improve their processes, versus what I said when I opened, I help organizations remove the frustrations that slow work down. As an AI workplace transformation consultant, I partner with teams to redesign how people, processes, and AI tools work together, so collaboration gets faster, decisions get clearer, and work finally feels like it's working. That's a value-led story. So as we recap, we want to define our dream job in one specific sentence because vagueness is the enemy of progress. Your natural genius is already visible to others. Ask, listen, and believe what they tell you. And then communicate your value, not just the activities that you have been doing. Make it a story worth remembering because results are the language of opportunity. Thank you so much for your time. If you are interested in more content, you can find it on my website. This talk was actually inspired by a blog that I did a couple of years ago when I was on the job market. It has the step-by-step of if you are currently on the job market and don't know what your zone of genius is, these steps will help you. So thanks so much.